Hello, everybody. Jim Malone coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. Well, the market moved to a confirmed uptrend today, which is absolutely amazing because we've been in this downtrend. So it's probably time to dust off that watch list and see, kind of where we're going with the market. Kind of a weird thing. I mean, here we are. We're moving back to that confirmed uptrend. I'm not very exposed to the market. As a matter of fact, I have several shorts. But here we are. We're at a confirmed uptrend. So it is a good time to kind of dust off that watch list and see kind of where we can get exposure to the market. I mean, basically, the area of the market that is showing the most strength is the chip sector. So we'll be talking about that in just a second, but kind of want to show you what's going on here, and we are back to a confirmed uptrend. By the way, if you haven't already registered for Gavin McMaster's course, definitely something that you want to look into because it is a great course. I've taken it, of course, and it is available. I sent out an email today, but if you want to get on that list and you want to get the special, it basically closes, the registration closes tomorrow. So you have to be kind of on the ball on this one. It's easy to get. If you're watching on TikTok, all you have to do is go to my link in my bio, click on that, and it'll click through to where where that is. So it's a really good thing. And if you're looking on just YouTube or some of the other platforms, super duper easy. All you do is just go to www.dallastradingfloor.com, and you'll see it. It's in one of the it's in the there's a link for it. Also, if you so you can just put it right up on the screen. You can also go to stan.store/Dallas Trading Floor. So without further ado, let's get into some of the charts, and let's see what we can make any headway here. All right, so let's get to the comments section. Nobody's up yet in the comments. Let's take a look to see if we've got anybody looking on TikTok. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Well, we have some people that have joined the chat. I'm just going to kind of go through some charts here and see where we can kind of end up here. I'm going to kind of analyze first some of the strength in the market because we did move to the confirmed uptrend, and that is something that we definitely want to be we want to be aware of. So let's get that chart up here. There we go. Goodness gracious, seems like I'm doing all this. There we go. Okay, so here we are with the spider, and let's take a look at the spider. Let's take a look at that. All right. So here we go. Let's see, that's for the Options Mastery course. Definitely a great thing. I took it. I did very well using the Options Mastery course last year, and I paid the full amount. I paid the $397, and it was absolutely worth it. But I think that now we have some options here to go forward. All right, you're seeing my screen as I'm seeing it on the system here. So this is the spider. Let's see if I can. I'll move the camera over here a little bit. Still don't have the capability of directly sending this to TikTok, but hopefully that will be in the future. Let's see if we can get a better view. There we go. Of the spider. So hopefully you can see this on the screen. All right, spider was up today. Let's take a look at the 60-minute chart to kind of see what we're talking about. We were in this downward trend here, and then today we opened up above 400. 400 is a key level on the S&P 500. From about 400 to about 415 is going to be where we're going to be in this uptrend. So we did start to see some movement back into the market, and that is very bullish. And it does look like we can come out of our situation where we were at before, and that really was mostly in cash. That's where I was, anyways, in the market. So kind of a strange thing. Charles is looking at the XBH short or long. That's a good question, Charles. Let's look at that one just real quick to see if we've got a XHB. Let's see what we got there. This is ETF, and of course it's the home builders. Now, I am not very bullish on the home builders. I'll be honest with you. I'm just not bullish on the home builders. And as you can see, we've been moving slightly lower. We're below the 50-day line. The question is, can we short it here? Well, it does look like we're rallying, but here's what I would wait for. I probably would not short this right now. I would probably wait on this one. Why? Because we're in a confirmed uptrend. But secondly, I want to see it come up to the 50-day line before I'm potentially going to short it, and that would be 67.31. So we want to be kind of careful here. I don't think this is a short right now. I really don't think we can short this one, and I just think it's one of those things where we're going to just have to hang on and really not do anything. Just kind of watch this one. I don't know if I would go long on these shares either, because if we were to go long, we're going to be in a situation where, if it did reverse on us, it could definitely reverse lower. So I would just, again, I'm not really bullish on the home builders at all, and so that's kind of what I'm looking at. Bomadoc. All right, BTU. I'm still long. Okay, let's analyze the BTU chart. This is Peabody Coal. And it is, of course, one of the biggest companies in the coal in the coal world. So definitely something to look at here. Definitely came above the 200-day moving average. Let's pull up that chart really quick. There we go. All right. So we came up above the 200-day moving average. That's very bullish, 59. But you can see that we pulled back here. Boy, I don't know. I don't think I would sell it here, but I don't think I would short it here either. I think we're going to see an uptick in inflation, and if we do, we're going to see an uptick in coal. And the reason we're going to see an uptick in coal, very, very, the reason for that, of course, is because energy prices, especially electricity, a lot of energy is still generated by coal. So if we do see uptick in inflation, we're going to see an uptick in utility costs, and I definitely think so. I wouldn't be shorting this one here, but I don't know if I would go long here either. Again, it's just the coal energy area. Let's take a look at the overall chart here. Basically, we have we do have some coking coal companies. Of course, there's two different kinds of coal. There's coal that you burn for electricity, and then there's coking coal, which you use. It's called metallic coal, which you use in the making of steel. So those are probably, the steel is a little bit more desirable. But again, not really the greatest chart here that we're looking at. We're looking at a pullback. We're looking at a pullback below the 50-day line, the 200-day line. So again, I just wouldn't be in either of them. Just really tough to go long on. Totally tough to go long on. Let's take a look at some of the questions from TikTok coming in. Let's see if we can get those. All right. Let's see. Do we have a question? How do you feel about Google, Alphabet prices going up and down this week? Well, you know what? I really, let's see. For Google, let's go over here to Google. I'm not in Google right now. I'm the large cap techs have been a little bit of a difficulty. So let's go to Google, GOOGL. Now remember, there's several Googles out there. There's Google Golden Ocean, which has a very similar chart. But the one we're talking about is GOOGL. There we go. And that's Alphabet Class A stock. Also, there is, I think, GOGL. Let's look at GOGL. That's the Class C stock. There's two classes of Google stock. And of course, there is Golden Ocean. So there, now that's Golden Ocean. Alphabet. is GOOGL or GOOG. Okay, here's Class C Alphabet. This is the one you want to probably look at when you're looking when you're trading when you're trading Google stock. You want to look at this one. It's GOOG. GOGL is also Google stock, but it's the Class A stock. So the common stock, Class C stock, is the one that you want to look at. We definitely moved above the 200-day moving average here, and it does look like it looked like it got some resistance. So again, still, I'd love to be able to buy this one, but I just don't think it's strong enough right now. I just don't think it's strong enough right now, and I'm not in the stock right now. I don't see it happening. We've got a technical situation where we're below that 200-day line, so I just don't think we can go long on Google here. It's just, I don't think it's set up well enough. Let's look at some stocks that I do think we have some possibilities on, and those are going to be stocks basically that are in the chip sector. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move over to the chip sector and see if we can, find something there that will work. That will work. Basically, the market is divided into 197 different areas, and I'm going to look for the strongest areas with the most stocks in. So if we're looking at that, the strongest areas of the market currently, and let's get the right listing there. There we go. Currently, the strongest is the metal parts distributor. Not very interested in this stock. Why? This area. Why? Because there's only 3 companies in there. Then building, residential, commercial. This is interesting. This is where D.R. Horton is, and leisure travel booking. I'm going to take a look at that one too. But the one I'm most interested in is electronic semiconductor. That's where most of the stocks are hanging out. And let's take a look at that area, because that area has some potential. That's G4893. So let's see if we can bring that one up. And get back over here. Okay, maybe this will work. There we go. Okay, so let's go over here. G483. This should give us that's the telecom. Oh goodness, we were so close on that. It's actually not looking bad either. But let's go back to all right.
Yeah, you see my
3, 5, 7, 6.
Oh yeah.
All right. Hopefully we're going to get this right eventually. There we go. All right. No. Nope, not letting me see it. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can. No, that's internet content. We don't want to do that. Let's go to NVIDIA. See if we can get this kind of an alternate way we can look at this group here. All right. Now, there we go. Okay, so we're now, this is the entire group, the semiconductor fabless. As you can see, we've got an upward trend here. This is where we want to look for potential leaders. 99 relative strength. This is the fourth highest group right now in the internet. Right now, the stock that was really broke out today was Rambus. I've had this one before. I just wasn't patient enough to hold it. But this one is looking very good, and I think we're, so let's see if we can get a potential buy point on this one. This one's definitely worth it. Let's see. The reason Rambus has been doing so well is because they're in the data center area in a big way. and that has made them a leader. There we go. You can see we have this gap up today. There we go. We have this gap up today, and let's see how far away from that. Moving out to on the technicals. There we go. So can we buy this? Well, actually, you know what? It's a little extended, but not that much. 7%. This is still buyable. So I definitely think that, looking at this, looking at this, we could probably start a position in Rambus. It reacted very, very well to the the action today. So Rambus, and it's coming to a near higher high. So this is one that we can definitely probably take a probably take a look in. I may be buying this one tomorrow myself. I'm just looking for it. RMBS is the symbol, Rambus, and we're a little bit extended, but not much. But I definitely like this action here. I definitely like this action on this stock for Rambus. So definitely something worthwhile taking a look at. All right, let's take some other questions. Thank you very much. All right, looking at TRMD. Let's see that TRMD. TRMD. Not a stock I'm that familiar with. It's in the oil and gas area. I definitely like that. Interesting stock. Let's see if we can find a buy point on this one. It definitely is pulled back a little bit. The question is, and it's 99 relative strength, so it is very strong. We'll see how close to that line it is. See how close to the 21-day line. Okay, it's right below it. Okay, it's about 2% below the 21-day line. So this is potentially, this is a good one too. I have to say, this is a good stock. And I want to look at the weekly chart here just to kind of see what the outlook for this is. We've pulled back to the support, and we were, wow, look at that. We came through earnings, very nice earnings, up 100. Sales are up 107%, and the earnings were up significantly. So this is looking pretty strong. Yeah, this is looking pretty strong. TORN. So definitely like this one, Charles. Good stock, and definitely something that I think we could definitely go on. All right, Jake is interested in BABA, and I want to see if BABA, how BABA looks. Thoughts on BABA? Ever since Jim Cramer disliked it, it's been going up. Yeah, well, that's sort of true with BABA. Sort of true with Jim Cramer in general. I'm a little bit concerned with this one. There's really only a few Chinese stocks. The problem is not the stock. The problem is the political risk, and so that's the reason I have a little bit of an issue with it. Not because it's not a good company. I think it is. Let's look at the. But the problem, of course, I've been having with it is the political issues that we're having. Strong buying coming in here. I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one. It definitely is improving. The strength is improving. 47%. Could you buy this? Well, it's a little bit extended because it's a little bit above that 21-day line. So I would probably pass on this one, but I definitely would watch this one. I definitely would watch this one because I do think it's potentially good, but I would pass on BABA for now. So that's kind of my take on, that's kind of my take on BABA, is to pass on it just because it's making nice progress. It's above that 200-day line. It's starting to make a movement up here, but there's just a lot of political questions, and I'm just a little leery on doing anything with BABA. So I'd probably pass on that one. Joka, thank you. I thought so, Bob. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at Ford. Let's take a look at Ford. Ford has really been beaten down, and here's the problem. Ford, Jim Farley, who's the president of Ford, announced that they're going to lose $2 billion producing EVs this year. So it doesn't seem to be a winning strategy for me. I wish I could say, I wish I could green light this one, but I just can't. If you look at the overall chart here, we have a downward trend on it. I can't get on board here, just because it's in this downward trend, and I just don't think we're going to go forward on this. So I would have to say, I would have to say, pass. It's going to be pass for me on Ford. So that's just really how I see it. So pass on Ford. And the charts just don't look good. And, with this debt situation, it's going to be more difficult for the automobile manufacturers all over. Another thing you have happening is that you have them lowering the prices on Tesla products. So I can't see it here. I would pass on this one just because I just don't think it's there. So I just think you got to be super duper careful here. So yeah, just the way it is. All right, let's see. I'm late today. Did you review? No, not. I haven't reviewed the SPY or the XLE. Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. Let's look at the XLE first. And I think that, we might have seen a bottom on the price of oil. The crude oil yesterday was 73. And, I think it's just showing that, we may be putting in a bottom on the price of crude oil. And that would indicate that, it's going to go higher. Goldman Sachs has said, and again, I don't have the exact information here, but Goldman Sachs has said that we're going to see $100 oil by the end of the year. So I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, I think that we may have bottomed here. We may have bottomed. Currently, the Energy Select Spider is at 81 and moving up. Let's compare that with the actual price of oil. That's kind of what I want to do here. So I'm going to look at the actual price of oil, the XLE, and I'm just going to look at the West Texas Intermediate. Let's see if we can get that. Then just let's see if we can get the W. Oops. This, where is it?
$10 a barrel.
I wish it was $10 a barrel. So my friend Ted here is saying that maybe it'll be $10 a barrel. I don't think so. I think it's going to be probably. I mean, this is always the question, but I definitely think we're headed towards 100. As you can see, the XLE, which is primarily ExxonMobil and Chevron, that's moving upwards. So I think we're looking pretty good on the XLE. Let's look at the Spider SPY. Kind of look at that, and basically what we're seeing here. Let's see if I can shift over to those here real quick. There we go. And if we're looking at both the Spider and the XLE, of course, the Spider is the S&P 500, and the XLE is the energy sector. Energy, at least for right now, is outperforming. Let's just go back to the first of the year to see kind of if that's true for the most recent past. There we go. So basically, we've been in this downward trend. That's of course why why it's been we've had the situation with marketing correction. We're up a little bit since the first of the year, but we've been in this downward trend. Now we're starting to make a move upwards. XLE is underperforming the spider overall, but I think that that's about ready to change. If the interest rates stop, we're very likely to get more, more action on the XLE. So right now, I think the XLE is a good place to be. I'm probably going to go long the XLE just based on this myself. So I'm probably going to be long on the XLE. Now here's another one of my favorite stocks, and this is GE. Again, this is a great company. It had been a great company. Then, of course, they had the issues with, with its decline, and now it's been sort of revitalized. It's really becoming more of an aerospace company, and I've owned this one in the past. I've taken profit. I've probably taken profit too early, to be honest, on this one. But I think it's still got a long ways to go. And I think this might be a $120 stock by the end of the year. I think it really could be based on this. But we had a nice update today. It's just been slow and sure wins the race. Here's the thing about this one. If you're going to buy this one, you want to buy it very close to the 21-day moving average. Currently, we're within 5% of the 200-day moving average. So I think that GE is buyable in an uptrend right now. So I think that, GE is currently viable. And of course, this is GE. Easy symbol to remember, of course. So here's what I would say about GE. I think GE is buyable here. We're very close to the 21-day line. And I just think that this checks a lot of the boxes. Many times some of the best stocks, especially in this kind of a market, are spinoffs or reorganizations, and that definitely is the case here with GE. So this is one I definitely think that you could probably move on right now. All right, let's see. DOCN. This is DocuSign. This one's really been beaten down. This is another one that this is another one that has sort of been a beaten down stock. I don't know if I would buy this one. I'd really be honest with you, because I think it still has a lot of, it still has to get above that 200-day moving average. That's really what I'm concerned about here. I really want it to be stronger before I buy it. It's just below the 21-day line, though, so it's potentially in a position you could buy it. But until it reverses higher, I just think, buying on the pullbacks is great, but I just think that you need to give this one a little bit more time. That's just my humble opinion on DocuSign. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I think, let's see if we got any more questions from TikTok. Yeah, let's see if I can see any more there. Okay. Google is down below. Well, part of the problem with Google, excellent, 7%. That's excellent. Google's down below 100. What do you think? Well, the reason I think that the problem with Google is that they're starting to get some competition. The ads, if we go into a recession, which I think we're likely to do, we're going to get lower ad spend. And when we get lower ad spend, Google suffers, because Google depends primarily on their ad sales, and ad sales are falling. So this is one of the reasons why Google is not done as well as we would have liked to have seen it. I want to compare two stocks. I want to compare Google, GOOGL, which is the C class. Oop, that's the A class. I got the A class wrong. There we go. This one's there we go. There we go. Google, oh, that's Golden Ocean. This one that we're looking at, GOOG, is the C shares. There we go. Okay, so there's the C shares. Let's show this so you can see this. There's the C shares. And, we're right about 100, but it's pulling back. So that's something we've got to be concerned with. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to compare this stock from the first of the year with another company called The Trade Desk, which is also in the ad business. It's also TTD. It's also in the ad business, and it is actually faring better. And this is the comparison that I want to show you here. There we go. So this is the comparison from essentially, this is all last year, but let's take a look from the first of the year. All right, these are two stocks that are basically in the same industry. This is Google, of course, everybody knows Google. And that's up about 15% since the first of the year. So that's actually doing well, but it's in a downward trend. Now, if you want to be in this space, which I think is a good space, TTD is potentially a better stock. As you can see, it's up. It's up since the first year, 35%, which is really quite amazing. So what I need to do is put that up here. This is going to be TTD versus GOG. So basically what's going on here is that we have, if you want to be in this internet advertising space, which I think is a good space, you want to go with the most strength. And as you can see, they were trading almost in lockstep back here, but all of a sudden TTD has started to make headway. This is the stock that I've been watching. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm potentially looking. I'm potentially looking to buy it. And it's TTD. So, and this one is setting up very, very nicely. So this one is setting up very nicely, and I think that, you know, this might be a good alternative potentially to Google, and here's why. If you'll notice, 89 relative strength, this is quite strong. We've been in sort of this upward trend. It's been basically coming out right up the 21-day line. It also is relatively close to that 21-day line, at 3% above that. Now, the question is, can we buy it here? Well, let's look at the pattern recognition on this one. And it's coming out with a cup with handle stage 1, and it's basically pulled back and it's below the pivot. So this is one I think that it's kind of a sleeper. It's called, you know, it's advertising services. But what this company does is that they place ads on all of the sites, kind of like Google does with their sites. But this one is everything else. So I think this is potentially a absolutely world-beating company. Now the volume is down on this one, but I think this is world-beating in terms of its long-term potential. So this is one you might want to keep on your watch list. I don't own it currently. I've been trading far too short-term for this, but definitely something to take a look at. All right, let's see. We've got another one. DigitalOcean. Yeah, this is another one. I agree with you. DigitalOcean is another one that I think that we can take a look at. Let's see. I have to see if I can find see the proper. Let's see if I can find the proper symbol. There we go. DigitalOcean, DOCN. There we go. Okay, DigitalOcean. So it's a little bit. There we go. There's DigitalOcean. Here's a chart. Here's a chart for DigitalOcean. And it's coming right up basically to the 200-day line. This might be at a point where it's starting to reverse. I'm starting to see a lot more action, a lot more volume on this one. I'm going to take a look at a few little things here on the technicals. I want to see how close to that 21-day line it is. It's pretty close. Definitely like that. Let's see if we can compare that. I want to compare that to the trade desk and TTD, oops, and Google, GOG. Okay. See if we can. All right, here we go. All right, since the first of the year, it looks as if DigitalOcean looks like, that's really interesting. Yeah, this is the trade desk here. You can barely see this line. Google here underperforming DigitalOcean. So you're right, Mr. G. This is DigitalOcean is outperforming the trade desk. So very, very interesting. Definitely going to put this one on my watch list. I definitely like this area a lot. It's definitely outperforming. So thank you so much for that. All right, well, end of the show today, but just want to kind of go over some of the ones that I think we ought to be taking a look at. Definitely take a look at the XLE. Because I think that's an upward trend. I also think that NVIDIA is looking good. GE is looking good. And I definitely like this DigitalOcean, DOCN. I definitely like all these symbols. So if we're looking at, kind of what, potentially to buy here, take a look at the XLE, because I think we are coming into a cycle where we're going to see the price of oil move up. NVIDIA, definitely, GE, and DOCN. So very, very good. Thank you for that suggestion, Mr. G. I really appreciate it. That's a good suggestion on DigitalOcean. Really, really like that because I like that advertising space for internet. I think that's very, very strong. All right. We are out of time for today, but I tell you what, I want to just bring this up again. The course, the course for the course, the live course. It starts tomorrow. This is Gavin McMaster's course, 179, of course. Now, if you're watching on TikTok, super easy to get out. You just go up to my link up here, click on that, and you'll see it. It's Options Mastery Course. And if you're on YouTube, you can see it here. Just go to this address here if you want to get on board with Options Mastery Course. It's 179, normally 397. Great course, and I'll be talking about a little bit about that probably tomorrow. And but you got to get registered, and so we basically have one more day on that. All right, everybody, just want to help me out here, and please, 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 please smash that like button. I really like it when you smash the like button. Also, if you're not already on the if you're not already on the email action trade list, super duper easy to get on that. All you have to do is jump on over to www.Dallas Trading Floor. I'll be back tomorrow at 5, hopefully, if everything goes right, and we'll get all your questions answered. And till then, everybody, happy trading.